So basically, this Suburban is going in the scrapyard. So we gotta cut the frame. And in order to do that, we need to flip it over. So we're gonna flip it over. And then split the frame in half. Put it on that trailer right there. And then take it to the scrapyard. We're gonna cut the cat off of it. So we just penetrated it with the tractor and the fork, and now we're dragging it out of here. We're gonna get it right in here, and then we're gonna roll it over and hopefully get some good footage from inside with a GoPro when we roll it over. I don't know if it'll be cool or not, so we may not even put it in the video, but we're gonna try and do that. And yeah, I think everything's going pretty smoothly. So, we're coming out a little bit more with it. And so then we can get to the sides, roll it over, not hit anything. Yeah, that's good. Right there. Perfect. Now we're gonna get on the side, roll it over. I was thinking about just smashing through one of the windows, rolling it over, but I don't really want to clean up anymore.
So right now, trying to get the GoPro out of this thing. There's a lot of shit to clean up. Oh, Sean, front windshield.
Yeah, how are we gonna break through that? Here, get out of the way.
Sean.
You ever wonder how it is being in a vehicle that flipped over? Or that's like flipping over, you know? Like when you go from the tires to the side, to the, you know, the door. Well, if you continue watching, you'll find out. We're about to put this camera on the seat, and then it's gonna be like, whoa, flip that thing over. Don't worry, I'll save you.
Okay, so I accidentally scrolled back too far, but Sean has to go in there, get the GoPro. It's on the seat right there. We ripped the window down.
Why is there a wire connection?
I was going to tip it all the way over, but it was bending the fork. I think it's because I had all the weight on it. But yeah, it's all the way over. It doesn't look that bad from what I mean. Everything's legit missing. Still got axles. Still work. We're actually taking the axle shaft out of here for a cousin-in-law. But yeah, if you were to get flipped over by a tractor, I think you would have survived. Just we'll flip it all the way over just to make sure, but but this is how it looks so far.
Yeah. So, now we just need to cut the frame.
How stable is it?
And we might be getting.
It rocks pretty easy. But we gotta get cats off and cut the frame, so.
Okay, so right now, Delmar's cutting off the catalytic converters. And those would just sell for like a higher price off the vehicle at the scrapyard. And then we're gonna take the axles off maybe, and we gotta split the frame in half. So we'll just time lapse that. Hopefully, pretty good time lapse. So right in here, as said, Delmar's cutting off the catalytic converters. Just getting the flame all right, getting real hot, you know, so it cuts the most efficient. And so then right in here, I'm like, hey, I could be doing something. I could be taking off this rear axle. So that's what I start to do. I get my Milwaukee gun, you know, the impact. I get that on there. It zips them right off, you know, because Milwaukee's the best, okay? Nothing has as much torque as a Milwaukee, you know. Nothing's as good as a Milwaukee. That's what I said right here. But it's like time-lapse. It's muted and everything. You sound like a chipmunk when it's time-lapse. So that's why it's muted. That's, you know. That's why it is how it is. But as long as you know, Milwaukee's the best. So now we just moved the back shock, trying to get this rear axle off, you know. So that's what we're doing right here. We're trying to cut it, and I'm with this metal pipe trying to bend it, but then it just bent the metal pipe. So I'm trying to bend it back to like pretty straight, you know. So I did that. I leave, you know. Then we're continues trying to cut it. Then some big old flames. Okay, I tell you what, like they're freaking huge. So I come back with like a little rod, right? Thinking, well, it's metal all the way through. It should be more sturdy than that pipe, right? Wrong, okay? So I'll try a little bit and then I'll leave. You know, it ain't working. So right in here, Delmar's just like, okay, this is pretty boring. So I'll move to this fuel tank, okay? And I'll have you know, we did not drain any fuel out of this. And you'll see what happens after a wee bit of like cutting on this. So he cuts the supports off, you know. Alright. And then you'll see what happens after. So right in here, the Suburban's still on its side. We're trying to chain it up, gonna pick it up, and be able to put it on the trailer. Somewhere's in the process of that, we was gonna take off the axle, but seems the fact that we could actually like not pick it up, you know. We couldn't do that right here, but was far from succeeding in picking this up, because, well, it was pretty close to picking it up, but like to get it on a trailer, pretty far away, because we couldn't really even get it off the ground, as you see, you know. And so because of the fact that we couldn't get it off the ground, you know, couldn't put it on a trailer, and so we decided, well, we can't get it up, so we'll just rip off the axle right here, and then we'll have that out of the way, and then we'll just take off the frame, and then put the cab up there as one, and the frame separately, of course, because they're split in half and not attached.
So anyways, we get off the rear axle right there. And yeah, basically. So right in here, we just barely got the front frame off, the front half of the frame, you know. And we just barely got it out of the way because there's a straw bell right behind us, so we couldn't like back over that because it's a fucking huge ass bell, you know. So then Dumbo goes up here, starts hitting the cab with it, and then I'll like yelling at him. I'm like, "Hey, yo, we gotta get that pin back in because there's a pin coming out of the bucket, you know." And if that came out, then the bucket would be like basically like half off, and it would just like be like out of commission for a wee while. You see that pin right there, and that falls out, you're basically screwed. And then Dad will even say cuss words about it too, and then we'll be all in like big old trouble, you know. And that'd be bad. So we fixed that.
Okay, so trying to bring the tractor over here. The tractor would not bench press the whole truck, so the frame's cut, so we just undid the cab mounts, and hopefully we can lift the cab as one and the frame in 2 pieces. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna try and separate them right now. All that unbolted besides this bottom one right down here. So we'll see if that one tears off or if we gotta torch it or something. Can you? Okay.
So right here, we're trying to take off the rear frame, and like Dumbo always does, he forgets some bolts, you know. And so it don't come apart. We actually end up like flipping it back on, you know, where the tires are supposed to be, you know, the bottom side of the car. So we get that all figured out, and then we just hook up to one of the hoses off the fuel tank, and we just yank that off. So the fuel tank leans down a wee bit. One of our like one side of the chain is like stuck in the frame somewhere, and so then we just yank that down after Dumbo gets the bolts off, and now it's off of there, and we're able to move the frame, and basically we are like almost done at this point. We shake the Suburban just to show our muscles, and then we move the rear frame out of here, and it's never to be seen again.
So we got the Suburban flipped over, got the frame moved over there, and we're gonna lift it up, back it up a little bit. Then we're going to get a trailer, gonna bring it right in here, and then put it on it. We're gonna put this up front, and then the frame's in the back, and hopefully it'll ride, and we'll get it all strapped down tonight. And
so right here, we are about to load up the cab onto the trailer. So I just pick it up, and Dumbo pulls up through with the trailer, truck and trailer, you know. I get it up there. I'm all driving it forward, you know. It's kind of a hill, so like I gotta like press the brakes more than I normally would, you know. So let me get it all up on there, and then start to just straighten it out, you know, like with the trailer. Make it all like evenly down the trailer, so then like not one side's off and one side's on, you know. Making it all like level down the whole thing on my jigger. And then basically we get it on there and we just unhook it, and then we'll like strap it down later, but we don't have video footage of that because, you know, that's even more boring. So for the last part of the video, it's just the GoPro first person version of loading the Suburban onto the trailer. And yeah, this is just how we ended off. So thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe share it live with a few friends, you know, get us out there. And yeah, basically that's about all.